Final game at 7 o'clock, so just the 2 games today. Final day of action here in Ankara as we move on to Istanbul tomorrow. The caravan ride will start approximately 4 o'clock in the morning as the bags are packed and we're on our way. Well, we won't really necessarily get a lot of people in the arena today because Turkey aren't playing. 8,000 people amassed here over the last couple of days and really had a great time. With me is Mark Clark, the legendary coach of GB Basketball, England Basketball, everything else around the country as well. Mark, they're pouring over stats over there. You fancy Canada might win this one?
Well, I think that Canada showed in the 2 games against Turkey and France that they have a way of containing and pressuring people into areas of the floor that they're inefficient from. And yeah, there's a lot of people who would argue that they had a real opportunity in both of those games to get wins, and that would have been obviously would have seen them not in this game, possibly going all the way straight to Turkey, to Istanbul for the quarterfinals straight through. But they failed to close games out. The issue they have today is that they're going to be playing a team that is one of the best closers in world basketball in the Czech Republic, who are also a very efficient team, but have been to the well, so to speak, a lot of times with this group. They know how to win games. They're greatly efficient, very efficient. Their little weakness, if that's what it is their inexperience and lack of depth at the point guard spot for the Czech Republic. And also the miles on the clock are beginning to add up on this team. This possibly could be their last chance, if you want, with this group, the majority of this group, to get to a real knockout stage of the World Championships. The current silver medalists, as they went on that emotional journey 4 years ago in the Czech Republic. They won't want it to end here in Ankara. And with Petr Kuliachova, who's leading them across the stats categories, they've got size, they've got talent and experience. They'll start favourites, but Canada are hungry.
Head coach Libor Blažič there. They'll go head-to-head against Lisa Tomaides, the University of Saskatchewan head coach of Canada. Just Lantham's to come first. Canada.
Czech Republic, Czech Cumhuriyeti Ulusal Marşı.
Well, we've got 4 games going on in Turkey today, which will see play-ins to 4 matches in the quarterfinals, 2 in Istanbul, 2 here in Ankara. This game, I believe, will go to play, the winner of this will play Serbia in the quarterfinals, and the winner of the game later on today will play the USA.
Australia.
Australia, is it? Czech Republic has come into this game with a 68-55 win over Brazil, followed by a win over Japan by 14. That put them in Spain with a head-to-head, both teams 2-0. They lost that fairly comfortably by 24. In contrast, Canada won the very first game of the tournament here in Ankara by 15 against Mozambique, then suffered 2 losses, one by 11, 55-44 to Turkey, and then last night 63-58, 59, excuse me, to the French. Looking at superstars, Mark, you mentioned Kulichova, played very well yesterday against the Spanish, 4 points and 9 rebounds, but did have a big game, 19 points and 9 rebounds, as you'd expect, against the Japanese.
Well, I mean, she leads the Czech Republic across the roster in stats. We'll pick that up as we get after we've gone through this Canadian roster. And the strength for Coach Theomedis' team is the team. Their leading scorer in the tournament, Tamara Tatum, only averages 8.5 points a game, so everybody scores, everybody contributes. And sometimes that's been very helpful for them in keeping their defensive effort high. Sometimes it means they don't quite have necessarily the right people in the game at the end of the game. But that's something they're going to work out today. And Gaucher and Thorburn and Nurse and Ayem and Tatum start every game so far, but expect early rotations, expect a lot of rotations, and expect major contributions from across that Canadian roster.
Interesting enough, Kia Nurse keeps her starting position. I think it's the 5 that started the three previous games.
The Czech Republic, as we said, Petra Kulichova leads all stats categories for them. But the most important thing to stress is that their 3 most efficient players are their bigs, Brogova, Kulichova, and Vesela. And obviously, with Brogova and Vesela getting the start, they're a little bit interchangeable, and they go with the 3 perimeter players there with Bartonova, Helatova, and the veteran Vichikova. And it's a dilemma, it's a rotation that Coach Blazak has used a lot in the past of bringing Kulichova off the bench. As we see the 3rd team on the floor, the 3 officials in the striking grey with a very green stripe on, Mick. You won't lose them if the lights go out here in the arena.
Fluorescently lit up, so we know where they're going to be.
Well, here are the 2 players that have been identified for the game, and it's about the guard matchup, and it's quite a good call in terms of looking at where the game could possibly, be decided, because it won't just be Kia Nurse going at Catalina Bartonova. There'll be a rotation of 3-4 guards who Bartonova will face throughout this game. Bartonova averaging 13 minutes per outing for the Czech Republic, and those miles, especially if you're pressured, might not catch you in the 1st, 2nd or 3rd quarter, but come the end of the game, will she have the legs to see this Czech Republic team home? It's a close call. Coach Theomedis has really got this team working as a unit and as a group and enjoying playing with each other. The Czech team always likes to be with each other. It's got a great history. This group has been together for a long time, and Lubor Blazek won that silver medal 4 years ago. Can he get his team into the quarterfinals and 1 game away from a medal opportunity again? That would be a phenomenal achievement by Blazak at the world level.
Well, we're almost at game time here. 20 seconds on the clock. The Czech Republic will emerge from their huddle, and they'll do the usual high fives down the line, as will the Canadians. Here they go. Gaucher, Shona Thorburn, 6 and 8, very experienced guards. Kia Nurse, the rookie on the block, if you will, new NKOTB, new kid on the block. I think she's very lucky to keep her starting role, to be honest with you, Mark. Didn't play very well yesterday. I thought Naira Fields off the bench. I think Mia Langlois were definite impetus makers for Coach Lisa Tomaides. They were unlucky to lose last night. The French came with some key plays. That was a late game. This less than 24 hours. These young guns from Canada will step onto the floor one more time. Maybe for the last time for one of these 2 teams. The ticket home beckons.
Well, interesting you say about the starting lineup, Nick. Sometimes with a team like Canada, it's not necessarily important who starts, but who finishes the games. And Langlois did a marvellous job yesterday, and Fields down the end of the game. If they can get the right people in the 4th quarter, they should be fresh because of the rotation. And if they can keep themselves close Well, law of averages tells you they're going to close one of these close ones out. For the Czech Republic, they've been here before, Mick, haven't they? That's the thing. They've been here before, they've done it, they've seen it all. And now they're going to try and get to a quarterfinal of a World Championship.
Well, Jana Vesela 4 and Vidičkova 15 have both gone through 4 games, the last 2 games. They need a big one tonight. The Czech Republic will get the first offense, and it will be Bartonova to Vidičkova. She'll be looking to get her first shot away. Is Jana Vesela, who played really substandard. I think most of them did really, when you think about it. Begrova, Elitova's first 3. That one goes wow. No, she couldn't buy one last night. And gets her first sighting.
Well, she needed no time at all to release that, did she? She didn't really sort of get herself ready, just got it, and it was gone. And that, at times, when Elitova gets herself going like that, it's watch out.
And you can see what the coaching staff think of that first turnover. There's the 3. Well, shooters do what shooters do best, and that is shoot the ball. You haven't even got conscience, some of these people. Elitova, this little offense you haven't seen before. There's the lob. That was more like Czech Republic last night against Spain. The ball goes AWOL to that back of the stanchion of the basket.
So you mentioned the key and nurse factor for Canada. And the youngsters literally has got to listen during stat discussions and scout discussions, because she just gave Elitova the chance to look at the hoop then. So she's got to guard her a little harder off the ball.
Tatum isolates on Jana Vesela and just takes it to the cleaners on the baseline. Canada showing that strength. The Princeton offense they run, Mark, is going to offer a lot of baseline opportunities. As does Bartonova for 2. And both teams finding a lot of space for guards.
Well, both teams were running the offense, weren't they? They don't really get that first cut very often, and didn't play defense on it at all.
Tatum goes in deep, and that'll be Aim's jump shot, in and out, and Jana Vesela will just amble down and pick up that rebound. Vesela's a real long, leggy forward for Czech Republic. She'll be one they have a hard time replacing. Maybe Hannah Sover off the bench will be the replacement for Vesela in years to come. Vidičkova's first shot, short. Pretty much as we were yesterday there for Vidičkova. Aim and Begrova share a few moments of comradeship. Kim Bonner's over here, the referee, just with the table. There you see Aim and Begrova batting that one out. And the Tove to inbound. Back door goes Bartonova. Interesting, 4 turnovers a game for Bartonova, Mark. That's not going to get the job done at all.
And she's had some really bad ones, Nick, as well, in terms of 7 early in the tournament.
Corbin with the ball here, 6 for Canada. Not a great ball handler for the Canadians. Well, Tatum's just taking Begrova off the dribble every time. Here's the outlet, Elitova to Bartonova. Will she make it short? Didn't really want the ball there, did she?
Almost content to shoot it, wasn't she, as opposed to really make it.
Tatum back to Gaucher. I think it might be Gaucher's first touch in a threatening position. Nurse down to Aim. Corbin goes back doors. That Princeton offense run to a T from the Canadians. Aim drives on Vesela. Aim dives and scores. Well, if the Czech Republic don't start moving their feet, they're going to get driven off the perimeter all night long.
Well, this is the thing I think Canada have added since Dimitas took over as the coach, where out of that offense, they really do, at times, get aggressive and have a chance to really penetrate against the slower player. They stopped it a little bit last night when Gruder went out of the game for France. They've just got to stay with it. Until the Czech Republic stop them penetrating, keep doing it. Keep taking it down the gut of that defense.
Bartonova's jump shot there, air ball. That can't do much for her confidence. You see the subs waiting on the sideline. Skidlova will come in as a replacement for Bartonova. That was like after 5 minutes of the first quarter yesterday. Corbin goes down deep. Corbin tries to flick it up and scores. Bartonova makes another mistake defensively this time, and she's got that look of resignation on her face. Blazek's got problems, Mark, because he hasn't got his point guard singing on the hymn sheet.
Well, Mick, you mentioned the time last night when Canada played. Obviously, the two teams, it's a weird scheduling scenario, because the 2 teams that played earlier in the day play late today. Maybe more appropriate the other way around, but Bartonova in particular, especially on the 30 minutes of game so far, looks a little leg weary.
Vesela looking to get a game open. She made one late yesterday. And that's the Yana Vasile we know so well, that little ability to hit that 15-footer.
You can't leave these Czech players if you're guarding them one pass away, and Tatum doesn't need to get drawn down like that. That's a gimme for Vasile.
Miranda Raheem's just got great joy out of driving on Bagrova, then decides to shoot a jump shot, and luckily for Canada, they got the ball back. This goes Shea, back to Nurse. Nurse will drive a little bit into the lane. There's the first shot for Kia Nurse, and the teenager gets her first 2 of the game.
Well, the Czechs aren't exactly forcing Canada to go quickly, are they? They're not really putting them under a lot of pressure. Canada getting pretty much what they want at the moment.
There's something we haven't seen. Canada with 1 sub on the bench. They usually come in droves in red shirts and the maple leaf.
I think you said earlier on, like London buses, Mick. Wait for ages, then they all come together.
All at once. Raheem on that reversal. This is the great ball movement that the Canadians put into the game. Chasing shadows in the end and all the way to the hoop. Shoulder Thorburn. Well, the Czechs are chasing shadows.
They are literally getting to the ring at will at the moment. Wouldn't mind surprised to see Blazak get Kuliachova in. She can challenge some shots on penetration.
Vitichkova's second shot for her goes down. Well, she was shooting well before yesterday. Some decent average. Now that's the first one to go down. 1 of 2 today.
Well, you talk about picking your poison defensively, and if the Canadians have decided to let the Czechs shoot the mid-range jump shot, that's not the poison to pick. They're not a great team on the dribble. You've got to make them bounce the ball.
Nurse feeling confident and tips it off the backboard. Well, there's so much hype around Kia Nurse. There's almost ink to die for. Heading for the University of Connecticut next year, the top high school player in Canada. Backdoor goes Vitichkova. Didn't answer. It's like a walk. She's thrown it away anyway. She got a great pass mark in a great position and just didn't want to go up, did she?
Didn't want to go up, and then she didn't want to be aggressive, and just to an extent it was almost resigned, throw it away or throw it and hope someone catches it.
Blazek went with the 2 bigs yesterday, Kulichova and Bagrova. I can guarantee he won't do that tonight because he'll get run off the floor with the cuts.
Well, he could throw the zone in, couldn't he, as the offensive foul's called, and that's not the way to come into the game.
After Bluth makes her mark with an offensive foul on the screen. Oh, it's gone against Langlois' mark, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that at all. She's just fresh in the game too. Here we go, Shea, just talking with Harley, the assistant coach for the Canadians. I'm not sure that at all. Interesting thought. Sedlakova's in the game for the Czech Republic at number 12. Vasile, Tatum on the floor. Vasile's got to make it. And that will stay with Canada. I'm not sure who tipped it back, maybe Sedlakova.
Sedlakova got a piece of it, but 4 years ago, that was money in the bank, that mid-range jump shot for Yana Vasile. Has injury problems, so she's not as game sharp as you'd expect her to be. But normally big games draw out the best in big players.
Murphy looks at the 3. Murphy steps in. Poor defense from Vitichkova. Well to the red there by Elatova. Czech Republic got bailed out there by the young Katarina Elatova. Sedlakova up top. He's not sure which offense he wants to get into here. You have to hurry up. This is where the Czechs really struggle. That second point guard, Elatova, fires up a real push shot. Vasile on the rebound and scores.
That's how to go to work on the glass. That's a roll back the years play by Yana Vasile.
Well, look at the Canadians. They look a little undersized right now. And that offensive rebound from Vasile. Well fought. Tatum puts the ball on the floor. Catherine Plouffe comes in. Meets nothing but the white wall of Yana Vasile. She's coming up with a big game today. And much needed. Sedlakova to that Vasile. And get back to Sedlakova. Sedlakova plays basketball like a boxing match, Mark. She spends more time on the floor sometimes, like Rocky out there. No post is Kulichova. Back door goes. Oh, stripped by Langlois. Breaks out of the pack, ahead to Nurse. Nurse, Tatum, Canada on the roll. And they take a 4-point lead. And timeout for head coach Libor Blazek. He has seen enough with the score of 15-11.
Well, Mick, Luba Blazek there, as we get a look at the stats. Canada with a very, very healthy 64% from the field. And they've just got to keep taking it into space beyond the defense, obviously, but keep taking it to the ring when there's the opportunity to. The last time they hadn't moved the defense. And it's about being relentless in the pursuit of what you're doing here. They got a little slow for the last couple of offenses, and that enabled the Czech Republic to adjust and fill the middle and actually get someone to the split line. If I'm Luba Blazek, I'm not really liking how the Czech Republic are playing offense because they're a little bit pedestrian-like. They're not getting shots off of what they're running. They're having to force shots over people, and that's not Czech Republic basketball.
Well, the basic idea is to make the other team worry about you more than you worry about them. But you're right, Mark, they almost are in that reverse mentality, the Czechs. They can't play defense. There's Brother again for Langlois over Sedlakova's head. Now they've got to make something work. Sedlakova goes deeper and misses. Gets a rebound on the floor again.
Well, we have to christen the Rocky. She will hit the deck at the a slight hint of a ball being loose.
There's the zone we thought might happen. Oh, it's a man-to-man.
But it's definitely man-to-man. It sags, but they're still getting beaten, which is the worry.
Oh, Langlois in all sorts of problems, and a jump ball has been called. It will stay with Canada.
Yeah, that's when you don't want the possession arrow, isn't it? Only 7-8 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to manufacture something from the end line.
Kulichova was very fortunate there not to pick up a foul, I think, with the rake across the wrist.
It's because Langlois sort of fumbled, didn't she, before, so.
Bluth will get herself out of this one. Murphy on the reversal to Fields. She's not short of speed, Naira Fields. Oh, in over the top. The shot clock went off. So sorry for that. I thought it was going in, Mark.
Sometimes I wonder why players have got the chance to take the shot with their feet set. They don't have to stick it on the floor, unless they can get to the hoop, obviously.
Vititskova, second shot. This one misses. It's the third shot. 1 of 3. Langlois might go all the way. Wide open, Michelle Plouffe. She made a couple last night. She's rimmed that one out. And it's helter-skelter up and down right now. Two teams just try. Oh, it's a poor pass in to Kulichova from Eva Vititskova. We'll stay with the Czechs. Go Shea in. We apologize to all of Kim's family. We were on a Goucher early in the week. Goucher Smith, who's the ex-Kim Smith. Elatova wide open corner. She can't buy a bucket after making an early 3. Langlois to Michelle Plouffe. Top here is Gaucher. Michelle Plouffe underneath. Tries to feed Catherine, her sister. It's the Czech leg, I think, of Petra Kulichova. Let's have a look. Kulichova missed the first game with injury. And in the second game, had a good 19 and 9. Didn't really perform against the Spanish. 4 points and 9 rebounds. Will they get it in bounds? Oh, goodness me.
Well, Catherine Plouffe was wide open there. She was a little bit tight on the glass, but she was wide open.
So was Shauna Thorburn, which was the safety release on that. Poor play from Canada. They lead by 4. Wide open Sedlakova. And there's the problem for the Czechs. They can't quite get the confidence out of their point guard. But Edakova, it's the jump shot now on 5.
She's one of those players, Nick, that you just got to play her honest all the time. Because once she I know she made the first and missed a couple, but when she gets going, she'll just make them in bunches.
3-2 zone for the Czechs. The Canadians are going to have to shoot their way out of this one. Down low to Catherine Plouffe. Catherine Plouffe comes in. Kulichova picks up the foul. And Kim Bonner, their referee, she's blown her a tee. Mark, I think you need to get down to the referee's assessor. This is not a great call for the Czech technical foul, I don't think. Right now, watch Kulichova. There. Oh, okay. You wave your hand, fair enough. Yeah, that's what you don't do to a referee. And it was public.
Well, and the thing about it as well, Mick, was that the move from Plouffe was pretty poor. You know, Kulichova didn't really need to foul it. She'd already forced her to take the bad shot. The only thing that Luba Blazek will think about that, and he'll work the other officials while the free throws are being shot, is that he's got a team that is really frustrated with itself at the moment and really cares, and he's really going at it. So
free throws are well, good shooting there from Catherine Plouffe. only got 2 shots.
Captain
Oh, she's a shooting foul. That's what it was to begin with. Here's the free throws for the Czech.
And that's the thing, it's a poor move. They fouled a poor shot and then made it worse by getting the tech. So it should have been pretty much Czech Republic basketball. In the end, they're going to go 4 free throws and get possession of the basketball. They don't maximize the free throws because they missed the last one. So Canada have possession, and that could be a real beat. You know, they come down and score now, they go out to a 7 or an 8-point lead. And in a game like this, which is going to be close, that's huge.
Great work against the 3-2 zone. It was good. Poor shot catching. Blue scores!
And that's just a nightmare 30 seconds for the Czech Republic. Not only the bad foul, then they give up a weak offensive rebound. And it's a 7-point game now, when it realistically should have been a 2-point game.
And
then they turn it over.
Yana Vasey, I'm not sure what Kim Gaucher was thinking of there. Give it to Michelle Plouffe open. Well, Gaucher wants the jump shot. She'll take the jump shot and drains the jump shot. It's all Canada right now. They lead by 9.
Well, whatever she was thinking on the halfway line with a pass, she was only thinking about scoring when she got the ball. Nice shot.
Well, we've got a 35-point first quarter here, 22 for Canada. And that might be a turnover as well. The ball's on the floor. Canada should hold for the last shot. Lisa Tomaides has got one finger up in the air, and you can't miss Lisa Tomaides. She's about 6'3". Canada will just hold for the last possession here. Gaucher.
24 on the clock.
Pass down to Michelle Plouffe. Didn't finish, unlucky. And that is the end of the first period. 10 minutes are done and dusted. Mark, Canada 22. Republic 13. Well,
it was Canada 15, the Czech Republic 13 before the Kulichova moments, should we say. And that's a great finish for Canada. As I said before, this game's going to go very, very close all the way through. And that little run, even now, could become a decisive part of the game when we look back at the story of this first elimination game. There's the statistics. And Canada, in a tough game, shooting 56%. And just look, only 1 3-pointer. They haven't had to take the 3. They've been going at and being the aggressor. No free throws for the Czech Republic. Settling for mid-range jump shots. And just not making enough of them, which is a little bit of a replay of last night. If Canada hadn't had that run, we'd be saying, well, you know, the Czech Republic will make some shots, it'll be okay, because every other stat is pretty even. It's just that Canada have made the shots going to the basket. The Czech Republic have missed a bucket load of mid-range jump shots.
It's funny, isn't it, because the Czech Republic have gone to their 3-2 zone because there's an element they're probably saying we can't guard them man-to-man. They're too widespread, we're a bit too slow. So in that first period, kudos must go to head coach Lisa Tomaides and the Canadian crew.
Well, they've obviously said, haven't they, you know, when we get the opportunity, we've got the foot speed against some of the bigs, so they've taken, and the bigs of the Czech Republic could really they can gap the Canadians, just see if they can find that mid-range. But they've been very close. The Canadians have been able to go past them, and now they're in a little bit of a hole. Now, if they got the technical for the sort of slap in Plouffe's face, that was unfortunate. But the movement of the other hand is why she got the technical, this sort of visual dissent against the official.
Yeah, and I don't think any blame can be put on Kim Von, the referee. I mean, they're trained. Anything like that, you stamp it out very quickly. You don't take any nonsense.
Well, I'm glad they do it because, you know, sometimes lesser experienced referees are a little bit worried about stepping in. They know when to step in and stop it, but something like that, you've got to nip it in the bud right away.
Kulichova. Anna Sova's in the game for the first time, the youngster, 24 years of age. Kulichova down low. They didn't manage to block her out or get in front of her, and Kulichova has made them pay.
That's a great pass. Great pass, great execution, because all that Plouffe did was relax. When the ball came out of the corner of Hanusova, Kulichova was away from the basketball, and the pass was whipped down to Bartonova. She just stepped in. Plouffe lost her, couldn't bump her. As soon as she's in front, yeah, unless you're going to hack her and stop her getting the 2, you've got to let her make it.
You know, if I was one of the Canadian coaches, I'd be down there telling the referees that Kulichova hooks every time she posts up, and she'd be on 3 fouls in no time.
The other thing she does do, Nick, is shoot the free throw very well.
Bank shot proved that one, didn't it? What a great pass from Tatum. Czech Republic now responding to the 9-point run for Canada. Martinova wants this pick and roll. She'll get it eventually. Picked up the dribble a little early there. And Hanasova penetrates hard, didn't play particularly well yesterday. She hit a 3 in Spain, but that was about all she wrote. Needs to get a confident game behind her. Here's Catherine Plouffe up top. Tatum cuts down right through Ava Vititskova in the end. Langlois didn't move well, got a one-on-one. The better pass down low. Catherine Plouffe will get the layup. That's out of nothing. Hanasova has just been beaten like a ghost whip by her. Somebody has to play some defense. Somebody has to move their feet out there for the Czech Republic.
And that was particularly poor because Canada didn't run great offense. They run, sometimes Canada like lull back into that run in the offense without really being aggressive within it.
Vititskova well defended by Kim Gaucher. It's not a great pass at all. Tatum never caught up with that one. Kim Harley there and Kia Nurse on the bench. Just
a little bit of 6 of one, half dozen and another, wasn't it? Gaucher's looking to see there's a pass. Tatum's not really running hard. Gaucher shouldn't have thrown it. Tatum should have run harder. So you can point the finger at whoever. The net result is there's a turnover, and they've got an opportunity here, Canada. They could actually put some margin between them and the Czech Republic if they can just continue to apply what they've been doing so far.
Foul against Catherine Plouffe. Well, the same thing that Japan suffered, not being able to guard that low post. Canada getting exposed is the same way. And Mark, we talked about this before the game. You said it was very easy to knock Kulichova away from there, but she's back-to-back baskets now.
She's not great when she's physically moved, and so I still don't think, especially on that side, but she goes to the middle. That's a strong hand. She's going to go to her left hand. Now force her to the baseline, take her to areas where there's less space to operate in, and she does struggle. She's not a great finisher in traffic, and she's not a great free throw shooter. So even if you foul her, and you share them out, you're not in bad shape.
Here, Gaucher, number 8 for Canada. Gets left with his 3-pointer. A little long on that one. Tipped straight to Bartonova. Breaks out of the pack. Now Kulichova's ahead of her. Bartonova in. After Vesela. This Hanasova drives, a little out of control. Kulichova collects. Kulichova tries to drop it in. And the loose ball has gone to Eletova. Hanasova drives. Spins and loses it. The young lady is having a hard time out there. And Libor Blazic needs much more from her. Langlois now just setting things down. They'll go through this offense here. Nurse into the middle. Nurse up in the air. A little indecision there from the youngster. Langlois in. Stuck with ideas, and they've still got it. No, they haven't now. Eletova, Bartonova, 2-on-1. Bartonova, Eletova, Kulichova scores! Another and one coming for Petra Kulichova. And we have a sub as well, Petrova into the game.
Yeah, Canada need and take the timeout.
We weren't expecting a high-scoring game, but that is exactly what we've got.
Mick, this is very disappointing for Canadian fans as we take a look at probably one of the more famous Czech Republic fans. He was a face from 4 years ago. He's at every tournament with his Father Christmas hat. Just needs a white beard and he could fulfill the role. But the thing that's really frustrating me at the moment about Canada is that at the end of that first quarter, they had the game they had control, a little bit of a step on the game. In the first 3 minutes of the second quarter, they've just run that offense. They haven't executed it, exchanged places, ended up with a poor long 2 from Gaucher when they had other options. Then they're picking the ball up. They're not, when they've executed it early, even when they get late in the shot clock, they're still really making the Czech Republic play defense. They're not moving the Czech Republic anymore. It's almost like they got up and they lulled back into, this is what we do. They've really got to keep their execution level very high, and they've got to be the aggressor within that offense. They cannot just run that offense. That offense doesn't give you enough unless you really you threaten at every stage of it. Otherwise, it just looks like a pretty pattern. You've got to have players who want to exploit it at the points where they have the advantage, and down the other end, no defensive tool on Kulichova. The only person who was able to stop her, which illustrates the point, Tamara Tatum, a little bit more physical, a little bit lower, bumped her a little bit and she missed a little jump hook. It's pretty straightforward for Canada. They could win this game. They're in an ideal scenario to do so. Kulichova has just got to be bumped every single time she moves.
a three-point game now. It was 9 at one time. We've got the quick crew in there with Miranda Aim and Tamara Tatham. They're trying to attack off the dribble, surely. And Miranda Aim over there, guarded by Kulachova. Oh, well, you can't set up a J. We got the third foul out of Kulachova, so what do I know? Kim Bonner with the foul.
Kulachova, she's fouled out, Canada.
Kim Bonner's called all 3 fouls, including the technical on Petra Kulachova. Let's have a look at this.
It's a foul.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark.
Contact on the forearm, foul in the jump shooter.
Aim the first free throw.
So I was just about to say, I don't think this is the quick lineup time. With Vasela and Kulachova in the game, you're going to have to work hard as a small unit to really give them a problem. Brugova doesn't get any small, well, she gets a little smaller, but doesn't really make the task any easier, although she doesn't really have the same ability with the hook shot in particular to finish around the ring that Kulachova has, but she's a better mid-range shooter, so same size, different problem.
This lineup for Czech Republic should suit Canada. It'd be a good idea to keep an eye on the scoreline and see what comes out of this 5 for the Czechs, because there's no way Canada should get beaten too easily on this crew. And Tamara Tatham rebounds that missed shot from Bagrova.
Oh, Bagrova's
just to run here.
Gotta finish. Great execution.
Now they've got to isolate Bagrova and Tatham, surely. Back door for Aim, she's fumbled it. It'll come out again. I think she's looked the wrong way here. Langlois in, Nurse for 3. It was in, it was out, and Gaucher will dribble out and get it back to Nurse. Mark, look at this matchup here. Tatham against Bagrova. This has got to be dribble drive, surely.
Yeah, the offense says you have to reverse it, although that's a nice move on the other side.
Langlois goes up on Vasela. I think she changed hands midway through.
Yep, she did.
Went left instead of right. And Latova passes up the shot. As in true Czech style, they don't take many quick shots out of sync, that's for sure. Bartanova being tempted with the J. Petkova penetrates, goes hard to the hoop. It's back at her rim time. She's where we were in the first quarter. Kulichova's absence, Mark, is oh so telling. And here she comes back in. Oh, it's Vishikova, excuse me.
There's no way. I don't believe that unless it gets really desperate, that Kulachova will come back. They'll leave Brugova in the lineup they've got at the moment. Brugova should have finished at 2. Petkova's in, or was in there, and Petkova was in there as a shooter. Did a really nice job in Eurobasket last year shooting the ball. Now, Vichkova, it's her time. You know, she's one of the people who can hit shots in a hurry. Brugova rotates.
Well, Tamara Tatham drives, beats, I think it was Vichkova, Gardner. And then Elatova, quick 3 there. It's in. No, I've not seen one yet like that here. The rims are softening up, maybe. Elatova, it's her second 3. Gaucher, Langlois on that far side.
Well, the Czech Republic have that starting lineup in the game, so and then we get an offensive foul. But this is the lineup that Blazak thought would be effective against the Canadians, and the Canadians have got a different look against them. So it'll be interesting to see if the rotations for Canada can cope with what Blazak thinks is one of his obviously if you had Kulachova and Brugova switch, doesn't really matter. This Czech Republic lineup is what Blazak thinks is going to get him back in the game.
Miranda Aim's first foul of the game, that moving screen. Vichkova fumbles, tips it out to Elatova. Elatova drives, fades, a little long on that one. Great rebounding by Canada's Michelle Plouffe. Hands off to Naira Fields. Fields was very dynamic yesterday. Michelle Plouffe fades for the J. Wide open is Aim. Can she finish? She's bundled out there. There's a foul. Yeah, there was one. Bartanova, hand up straight away. Tamara Tatham on that. Bartanova's foul.
The good thing when Canada do execute offensively, like they got to read, because it was a hard show. The timing of the slip to the basket by Aim was very, very good. When they do read it, their little bit of extra foot quickness gives the Czech Republic a problem. When they play, just move the basketball and slow down, the Czech Republic are big and can cope. Nice finish.
Back door, Kia Nurse. Beautiful pass from Michelle Plouffe.
Same thing as quick feet, quick move within the system. Being aggressive, getting reads.
Canada still keeping their noses ahead into the game is Virlova, number 10 for Czech Republic. having to cope with Canada's quickness, and there it is again. Great recovery from Michel Plouffe. Who else? An assist down one end, a steal the other, and actually playing PG. Aim low post. Aim jump shot, just misses. What a rebound. Michel Plouffe has just come into the game and turned this one around as Canada lead by 8 now. Just turned on my Jeff Taylor voice there. Not sure where that came from. Penetration from Bartonova, the foul from Naira Fields. And the Czechs are just up in their game this second quarter. No doubt about that. They're just still having a hard time staying in contention with the Canadians.
But if Bartonova makes these two, that will, give it a 3-point advantage to them. They get it back to just a 6-point game. And even though there's things that the Czech Republic will be very disappointed about in terms of the way that they haven't executed offensively, they're still right in this. Kulichova's on the bench. Yes, she has some foul trouble. She knows how to play with foul trouble, though, so...
Only the second time she's been to the free throw line, Katerina Bartonova. She's 4 of 4, not this one yet. Substitutions for Canada. Nurse out and Langlois in. Bit of pressure down the floor as well. They look a bit quicker, this Czech crew here. Well, they won't have the speed for Naira Fields, that's for sure. She might go all the way here. Fields can't finish. Oh, Michel Plouffe just followed in. Every coach's dream. Michel Plouffe. You couldn't ask for better, could you? Fields again for a layup. This time scores. Veal over the foul. Wow, Canada just look irresistible. As Fields has no fear. She'll shoot a free throw as well. Viralova just caused some contact there. Great slow-mo action here. I mean, it's just wonderful work that FIBA put together. The bench up in arms. Shona Thorburn led the cheering squad. Fields finishes off. I think this young lady, Naira Fields, Mark, should be playing more.
Mick, she's been very impact. It's the best word. I was so struggling for a word there. Impact is what she gives.
Effort.
She just has impact, though. Whatever it is, things happen when Fields comes in. Probably more than anyone else off that Canadian bench.
Sedlikova, backdoor goes Elatova, fires up a J. There's a little bit of a panic about this Czech Republic right now. Yeah, Fields played 6 minutes first game, 15 second, and 20 last night.
It's going the right way.
Right, somebody's getting minutes dropped off. Here is Fields. Just looks very good, very assured. Here she comes, step back Fields. Boom, bank it, open it up, Mark, open the bank up. Wow, and they're in real trouble now, the Czech Republic. 11 down, 2:30 to go.
It's only 10-5, so the bank's still open here in Ankara, local time.
Oh, 1-0 Clark.
Hey?
Let me write it down.
I tell you what Fields does though, while we look at Lubov Lazek's timeout. What we were talking about in terms of, they run that Princeton set, they run all that movement, but Fields is one of those players you can use that movement to attack after getting a little advantage. So there, didn't have much of an advantage, but because she put the ball on the floor, got a little defensive reaction, it created a little bit of space. And that's a shot she practices, so it's not like it's a forced shot. And she's one of the few that can really do that within that Canadian team. As soon as they have more than 2 or 3 players on the floor who just run the offense, who are just that role player, who need something off the screen, they get very stagnant. They need Fields, they need Langlois. That's what those two give them in particular. They give them a little bit of, if we were French now, the French part, just say quoi, should we say, a little bit of the, a little bit extra, a little of the additional. Whatever.
Naira Fields, UCLA student. I watched her before the game, Mark. A lot of players like to fire up threes. Naira Fields, couple of dribbles into the lane, put up 15-footer over and over again. Exactly what she did there. I'm sure she didn't mean to bank it, but she got it anyway.
If you do good things happen to you. So, Kulichova, well, I said she wouldn't come back, Nick, unless there was real panic or real worry, and there's real worry.
You called it. They're going to have to double down here. Kulichova gets her 2. Well, you know what? She got so deep in the lane. I'm surprised those coaches aren't up, because she does hook as an offense just to get in perfect position.
I think she holds her space, Nick.
Reversal here from Canada. They will reverse it all night long on this offense. Langlois, Michel Plouffe looking to drive on Kulichova. Well, they're going to have to. They can do that all night long with those 3 fouls on the number 13 for the Czech Republic. I go zone here. Canada goes zone, maybe just protect a little bit. Oh, that's going to be a travel from Sedlakova. Wow.
No, I don't think.
Langlois has got a foul. You think that's good?
I think Sue's fine. Well, you got a dilemma, haven't you? Do you want to go zone, or do you want to work out how you're going to double team? Because you can't just let it get it deep like they've done. They've got an 11-point lead. You know, if they go both bigs now, be an interesting dilemma for Canada, because Brugova and Kulichova played so much together that they really do know how to find each other. Brugova's got that mid-range shot.
Kulichova's coming out, Mark, I'm sure. No, Tanasova.
No, they'll go Hanasova out, and then they'll run Brugova high, and they'll get a little interchange with the 2 bigs. And Brugova can find Kulichova really well, but she's got a little bit unorthodox, but a really nice mid-range jump shot. Interesting time this last minute and a half.
Maybe a bit of pressure from Canada. Zone press perhaps down the floor.
Something would work. We've got a lot of people who run the offense at the moment without being aggressive.
Fields looking to drive right there. Michel Plouffe from downtown. And tipped well out there by Murphy. Back to Thorburn. They get another offense. Minute 17 left in this first half.
Nora Fields is probably the only
for 3. In and out. Fields, sorry. Aim the rebound. Fields, that was unlucky. That was in and out, that 3.
Unforgivable to give up offensive rebound without much size. God, get it.
Nobody's guarding Fields. Fields another 3. This one goes down. Naira Fields felt it the first time it didn't drop, and she's clapping herself. What a player to come into this tournament for Lisa Tomaitis and hit some form. Vidichkova, Kulichova down to Vidichkova. There's no double coming over. Kulichova in, got another 2. Unstoppable. I still can't understand why they haven't gone to a zone marker. At least to cope with that big size inside.
Well, again, there's a debate that's, is she going to beat you? And that, you know, I know she beat Japan pretty much on her own at times.
Fields in, drops it out to Thorburn, looks at the clock. Thorburn turns the corner, Thorburn. Aim jump shot, Canada still rolling along, 10 seconds left. Sedlakova with the ball in her hands, turning on the burners. She looks like she's going to lose it. She did. Murphy for 3 down the other end. Back of the rim, it won't count. 44-32. What an exciting first half of basketball. We weren't expecting high scoring, but that is exactly what we've got. Czech Republic 32, Canada 44. End of 20 minutes. For Blazek there, Mark. You can chew them all day long. He may not have any left by the end of this game. The Canadians will troop off into their locker room. The Czech Republic have walked off even slower their way. Shona Thorburn there, 6. The stats will come up, Mark. They won't make pretty reading.
No, they won't. They won't make that all. 63% from the 2-point range from Canada, and that's all about, apart from Fields and Langlois, it's all about the penetration and the kick. And Canada have done a really nice job of breaking down that Czech Republic defense to get those open looks. And the stat that's going to really hurt the Czech Republic: 22-10 on the boards. And the number you always pick out: 7 offensive rebounds for Canada, 7 defensive for the Czech Republic. You just can't go 50-50 on your own glass, as you say. And it's a pleasure to watch Canada using that type of offense just to create an advantage, not try and get things from you for it. That's what they've been guilty of in the past, just running offense for offense sake at times. Now, with Fields, she's key for this, and Langlois, and even Shona Thorburn down the end of the game there. You know, the veteran guard broke the defense down to create the open look. That's been a real emphasis, obviously, for this Canadian team. That's a great half of basketball, but Czech Republic, this might be the last chance for some of these older players. They ain't going to lie down here, and they've got enough size that they've got a way to score. They've just got to tighten it up down the defensive end.
Well, there's half-time here, 12-point lead for the Canadians. Will they sustain this lead and move on to that quarterfinal in 2 days' time? Join us in about 10 minutes for the second half of action. See you then. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ankara Arena here in Ankara, Turkey. Our final day of day 4 of action. The FIBA World Championship for women 2014. Lisa Tamaides there, head coach of Canada. A few Canadian supporters in the audience. The Canadians have a 12-point lead, probably the best we've seen them play. They scored 44 in the whole game against Turkey. They've got 44 at halftime here. They are on fire. Just a team that's probably getting better bit by bit.
Well, it gets better as it's evolved. It's evolving before our eyes, literally, during this tournament, where the time on the floor for people like Langlois and Fields has gone up. They've still got that balance of experience with Shona Thorburn, who really at times comes in and steadies things down when they need them. And you know, the bigs are done, but the biggest thing for me is they've made a conscious decision here. They're going to attack the Czech Republic on the dribble. Try and move them, get advantage, and they keep taking them on the dribble. And that's something that I'm sure Rob Blazek would have talked about. I'm sure that they're going to come up with some adjustments, because they're too wily, too experienced an organisation for anything else to happen in this second half. They've not been a World Championship silver medalist without knowing how to find a way to make adjustments during games, find a way to win. Kuliachova needs a lot of touches. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bugrova and Kuliachova play together a lot, and it'll be interesting to see, beginning of the game, the start of this third quarter, you know, do the Czech Republic consciously come out of a decision, a change to make some different decisions for the Canadians, or are they just going to believe that they're going to wear their way back down and get into this just by doing what the Czech Republic do? I think they have to make a change.
Mark, you're right about Kulichova and Bugrova in. Vasela will not start the second half. Viditskova. You can see Bugrova sitting next to Kulichova in front of Blazek down. There's Michelle Blue. Tamaides will have to come up with some plan of action to stop that high-low play and the low post play in general. That should have been the halftime talk defensively for sure. Offensively, just they're going to face some zone, I think, no doubt.
So the thing about Kulichova, Mick, well, just before they come out, as I sort of alluded to during the first half, you can decide to say, well, Kuliachova's going to get this, and we can cope with that. I'm not sure about that, but that might be. They're going to say single coverage. If they're going to go single coverage, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to foul her a little bit more, a little bit harder, so it forces Kuliachova, who shoots under 60% on her career from the free throw line. You know, it could be one of those just a hacker Kuliachova as opposed to a hacker Shaq sort of thing.
I don't think it's any way. You're going to play behind her. You cannot single coverage it. You'll have to make some adjustments.
Shogun can't get it in.
Does eventually. Langlois starts for Canada. Interesting decision there. Along with Thorburn, that means Fields and Nurse will probably come off the bench in tandem. The quick crew is Langlois. Langlois just struggling with that ball handling a little bit. Nice move though, and we'll score.
That's what she can do with that extra athleticism. A little bit of hang time, made the change of the ball in the air, and again attacks off the dribble.
Ball wiped his feet before it went in that time. Here's Elatova driving baseline. Jump shot. There will be a foul. It'll be an and one as well. Thorburn must have left her hand trailing. Just caught Elatova as she rose up. That'll please Blazek. Elatova has to be the new Jana Vasela for this Czech Republic team. Just be dominant. She's hit 2 threes tonight and a 3-point play there. Just increased the numbers to double figures now, 11 for the game. Thorburn, there's Langlois. Thorburn flares up and goes down, sets a screen for Gaucher. Back to Thorburn. Gaucher pops out. Gaucher will penetrate, settles for jump shot. And this is a shootout at the OK Corral right now. Two teams that have come out and just decided we're going to go for it and go after it.
Again, though, the dribble penetration created a little bit of separation. Nice pass, that's a foul.
And the whole weak side was separated away from Kulichova on that roll to the hoop. That's why she had so much space. The Canadians not quite in tune with the rotations there defensively. There's Gaucher's jump shot. And we're back with a check out of bounds here. Fouls on Langlois there. Elatova again gets a shot away. Katarina Elatova is feeling pretty hot right now. 13. And we're back to a 11-point game. Well, the Czech Republic is just hanging on here. because the Canadians are playing so well. Switch screen there between Vitichkova and Bergrova. Thorburn going nowhere. Skip pass intercepted. Bergrova comes up with a rare steal. And a layup for Ilona Bergrova.
That's a poor pass from Thorburn, but also absolutely no movement from Gaucher. She just stood and didn't make an adjustment. I don't believe she could have really seen the ball. He definitely gave a lane for Bergrova to shoot.
Miranda Aim has Vitichkova guard. I'm surprised she's not going off on the dribble on that one. Here's Aim. Now she's guarded by Elatov. Will go inside. Great turnaround. Mr. J, it will stay with Canada. Langlois comes flying in. It's all good point guards do. Thorburn eyes up the three. Deflected pass there to Aim. Not shown of Thorbur's best moments right now. Just get in, concentrate. Goes up for a layup, and contact and scores. That'll settle her down.
Great protection of the ball. That had block written all over it, didn't it, as she made the move?
Just got it up out of her hands, quick enough up on that backboard, nice and soft. Vitichkova, a jump shot. This one dropped down.
Watch out, I think, is the phrase if you're Canada.
Well, we're looking for a high-scoring game here because we are. Remember the last miss for the Czech Republic. Well, Thorburn wide open. She will tempt the three. A little short. Hits the rim twice. And an offensive foul against one of the either Michelle Plouffe. It's against Miranda Aim, number 9 for Canada. Just hold him back. Now a chance for the Czech Republic to cut this gap even more. They've shot well. Ira Fields is first off the bench. Kia Nurse didn't start the second half, not the first sub either. Ira Fields with her 7 in the first half. 8. Hermides wants a bit more of it the second half, perhaps. Bartonova over the pick and roll, throws it down, and Fields collects. Fields might go all the way here. Fields turns on the burners, draws contact, and a foul out of Katerina Elatova. Mark, that is her first.
Well, let's go back to the other end. Why would you, when you've got the quality you have with Bergrova and Guliachova, trying to manufacture a pass that's so difficult for one of those bigs to catch? You know, it's just, if you haven't got anything early like the Czech Republic, you know you've got great shooters, and on top of that, 2 of your 3 best shooters are just starting to make shots. In traffic, just make decisions. There's no shortcut to getting back in this game for the Czech Republic. They've just got to get down, play defense, but on the offensive end, just get the shots they want. And if Vitichkova starts making, that lead will just disappear in an instant unless Canada plays smart.
Fields hits double figures for the first time in this tournament. The previous high was 6. And Bartonova, a lot rest with Vitichkova from a long way out. That was probably a little too...
That's out of her real range.
Fields again. Oh, it's not a great pass from Fields. She's very, very lucky that Miranda Aim wasn't the last one to touch it. Fields got so deep. Point guard's nightmare as far as coaches are concerned when the point guard breaks that foul line.
Well, at UCLA, they'd be saying, you know, get to the foul line. If you can't go, then you just got to let the other secondary options happen. She was just in that no man's land.
Miranda Aim on the reversal to Michelle Plouffe. Gaucher corner, Gaucher unleashes a 3, and Gaucher hits the twine of the bottom of the net, and Canada again open up their biggest lead of the game, 14.
Nice balance with the Canadian 5 at the moment. Nurse and Fields with that explosiveness, the quick steps. Aim's got a bit of athleticism on the glass. Plouffe is really solid. Gaucher will run the sets, make open shots. So they got real nice balance. That's the type of balance this Canadian team needs to really hold on to what they've got. I mean, they're doing more than holding on, 14 up.
Fields picked up that foul. It was a phantom foul, really. Sedlakova's in the game for the Czech Republic. Almost, not sure why they didn't switch that, Canada. Anyway, here we go. Vitichkova guarded by Gaucher. Vitichkova blocked. The referee's got a foul. Probably a good call.
It was only, even if it might have been clean somewhere on the ball, but there was so much movement and contact on the drive. It looked at normal speed that the referee had to call that. Let's have a look.
Fouls on Miranda Aim. Yeah, a lot of wrist there, wasn't it?
Jumps over her back a little.
Good foul for Aim. She'll sit down.
So the balance changes now with both the Plouffe sisters in the game. And Aim, it's almost Aim and Tatum should go for each other. That still gives Canada that little quickness and athleticism. Both Ploufs are going to have to match up, like almost like for like, with the Czech Republic bigs.
Kova hits the second free throw, closes the gap to 13, and she will sub out Jana Vesela, being given the nod, the veteran, who might be playing her last game here in these World Championships. If the fortunes don't change for the Czech Republic. Gaucher down low to Catherine Plouffe. Good dribblers, the Plouffes, Marco. I'm impressed with their ball handling ability. You know, it's in a bit of trouble. Catherine, the jump shot.
Got to go past people. That's a great rebound.
Oh, Fields just jumped on the end line before she could throw it off the Czech Republic defender.
But that's what I'm talking about in terms of the issues. But yes, they're good ball handlers, but they have to go over. They have to shoot over Kuliachova. It's a tough ask. And unless they want to extend the floor to bring her out of the middle, they don't have the foot speed to go past. And they're very much like for like. And it doesn't give Canada the sort of different options they had when Ayin was in the game. Satan's coming back, and that may resolve that problem.
The Sailor for three. Good rebound there from Michelle Plouffe. Probably right place, right time more than anything. Nurse bothered by Sedlikova. Nurse will have to just watch yourself there. Sedlikova is the Rocky of this team. Wide open Gaucher again, surely not, no. It might get retrieved by Fields. Almost another foot on the line by Naira Fields.
Great effort by Fields. It's like, I always use that word, relentless. She just does not stop. She wants to play the game. She has great enthusiasm for it and a desire to play, and she's got that quickness that coaches really die for. And now Canada do have that sort of bigger, solid player, quicker, more athletic player at the 4 and the 5, gets that balance. As long as they box out, they're in good shape now.
Anatova, reversal to Vesela. A lot expected of Jana Vesela. Sedlikova, the pick and roll is coming from Hanasova. Sedlikova goes deep. There was contact, it was a block shot. Good rebound from Tatum.
Well, it's either a very good block. The ball came out so strangely, normally indicates some sort of contact.
Yeah, it does, you're right. Is this a zone for the Czech Republic? Just a spread out man. Looks like it is a zone.
Yeah, you do have Vesela run in the middle of a 3-2.
Naira Fields up top. Tatum loves that three-pointer from there. We got 3-second call. The often not seen 3-second call. Timeout has been called. The players will retreat to the benches. And the timeout has gone with the Czech Republic. First fight for them. Igor Blazic's team trail by 13.
A nemůže všechno střílet jenom zvenku. Když si tam na faul mají 5 faulů, chceme si to aspoň udát.
Live here on Ankara Arena, we've got an interesting matchup. These 4 games today, 2 in Ankara, 2 in Istanbul tonight later on. All playing for the quarterfinals. The winner of this will play Australia, who were number 1 in their group over in Istanbul. All roads lead to Istanbul tomorrow. Although a ticket home will await the loser of this game.
Whoever comes out, if Canada come out playing like this, obviously it's a long time to go in this game, just under 15 minutes, so it's an eternity. Plenty of time for the Czech Republic, but Australia shouldn't be counting any chickens, I don't think, is the phrase I'd use with either of these teams.
Sedlikova found space over the pick and roll, doesn't have that jump shot really to make him pay. Hanasova, Elatova will rise. And she's under a lot of pressure right now, Katerina Elatova. That should stay. Oh, it does go into Canada.
Plouffe did a great job physically putting her body on Kuliachova, and Kuliachova just swatted it away and couldn't really do anything else. No one chased it down, so Canada get the ball.
Well, look at this 5 on the floor now for the Czech Republic, Mark. You've got
I don't think there's a scout, Mick, that says this.
Hanasova on the floor, so 2 players who don't play much. There's the double team low post, so Ida's in the game just to cause a bit of mayhem defensively. Top of that 3-2 zone. Fields penetrates, Fields goes on. Kuliachova doesn't quite get the friendly roll. It comes in and out.
Beautiful move, I deserved it too.
Did, didn't it? Elatova down to Hanasova, but drives baseline, misses the layup. Nothing dropping for the Republic right now from Czech Republic. Tatum Wraps it down to Plouffe. Plouffe on the reverse. Another one drops in and out. Canada getting opportunities. Foul from Nurse.
I never thought I'd say there are times when you think maybe Canada needs to move the ball, because they normally move it all the time. But Plouffe went to work in the low post with, you know, two huge arms trying to sort of challenge the shot. Didn't quite get the angle, didn't have space to play. Two quick shots with a 13-point lead. You don't want to stop them being aggressive, so I'm going to go with it. At the moment, they're in a nice place, so they've got to keep doing what they're comfortable doing.
Passing over now, 5 of 5 from the free throw line in this tournament. 2 of 2, 3 nights ago, and 3 of 3 tonight. Vitechkova will come back in. Libor Blazic just looking for that 5 to make things work. It's safe from Tatham to Catherine Plouffe.
Well, Plouffe and Murphy are going to come in, so let's hope it's for if you're a Canada fan, Gaucher and Michelle Plouffe coming out.
Tatham, Nurse, Gaucher penetrates, going to get a little jump shot here. It might come in, it does. Just as Elatovas did the first half. A friendly little bounce there for Kim Gaucher. Bartonova in, flicks it down, gets it back, Bartonova. Hand on the ball, Nurse picks it up. Canada off to the races. Give it up, everybody shouts. Nurse, short, it will come back to Nurse. Tatham was wide open, Mark, wide. Fields, Gaucher launches one, orbital, Kim Gaucher. And now the Czech Republic are in real trouble. They're down by 17. Unbelievable drama here in Ankara. Hanasova gives it up, Bartonova for 3. Short, and Fields the rebound. And Mark, tell me the story. This is incredible.
Well, at the end of the day, it comes down to just some great decisions. Apart from the Nurse one where she could have given the pass up, but Fields, and there was that worry. You almost felt a little bit of an intake of breath coming from the Canadian bench. Fields put it on the floor. He thought, oh, she's going to go and force it. No, she drew the defense. And already Gaucher's made a wide open look. Fields just gave it to her on a plate. And this team's making some great decisions. A little bit out of balance when they're down on the floor at the moment, because Tatham comes out and both the Plouffes are in together and Murphy's in, and sometimes they can get a little bit like run offense, not really being aggressive when they're running it. But while Fields is out there, they've always got someone who can make something happen.
Well, a missed pass there from Naira Fields. Luckily, Kia Nurse picked it up and ended up with a foul against, I think it's Heidover over there, the far side. There's Tamara Tatham on the bench. Did a good job, Tamara Tatham. I mean, that 17-point lead is a result of some of her work.
Where did 17 come from, Mick? That's, you know, every time we talked about this game, we couldn't say who was going to win. We thought it'd be tight. Both teams would control it. Canada has just played superbly.
Nurse brings it out to the front. They'll be very disciplined here, Canada. Fields to the baseline, draws a double team, and it's been deflected, and it will go to the Czech Republic. Heidover to Bagrova. Bartonova on this near side. Maybe a lot rest for this guard. She's picked up a dribble so early there. Heidover penetrates, goes up and scores. And that might well be the first 2 points for Heidover. No, she scored 3 last night.
Yeah, scored the other night, yeah.
Murphy leads back to 15. Big 2 minutes here for Canada. Can they hold this lead?
This is a little bit run offense for offense's sake until Fields gets it. She's going to have to fire it.
Fields goes long, and Elatovas out in the pack to Bartonova. Bartonova looks over her shoulder for a bit of help. There's the pick and roll. Vitechkova, big 3, Dobson. Ava Vitechkova, timeout. Elisa Tomaides has 5 points has come off that lead. We're now down to 12. Got a feet set, and Ava Vitechkova has now moved on to 8 points. I think they have 2 threes, she's hit.
Yeah, Mick, scores will disappear in a hurry with Vitechkova and Elatovas if they start hitting, and Canada can't. And they've gone to it again, and I'm going to sound like a tape recorder, and people can disagree, but when they go with 3 players like they have at the moment, where they're running offense, they're just running offense, they're not being aggressive from the offense, they get very static. And we know with Fields, with having to take the tough shot deep on the shot clock. Taking both Plouffes, either AM and either of the Plouffes with AM or either of the Plouffes with Tamara Tatham, gives them that third player that can be a little bit more aggressive, makes more to ask more questions. of the Czech Republic defense, because as soon as you don't, as soon as you play at the same pace as the Czech Republic, they start to get back in the game. And this man knows that, and he's going to try and milk it. And if he can hang around, his team is used to closing out games, and there's never a safe margin if Vichkova and Heletova are on the floor.
A minute 41 left in this third period. A bit of pressure down the floor for the Czech Republic. And
Canada goes safer with Thorburn, and it's only Langlois now on the floor that can really be aggressive and take stuff off this.
This might be the minute and 40 seconds that defines this game, because Canada will love to stay double-digit lead at the end of the break, and Czech Republic will get a lot of confidence, and there's an offensive foul.
And they're running offense like 6 feet outside the three-point line now. They've been on the three-point line running offense until now. And there's a group of players at the moment that just are very, very comfortable running offense, not necessarily reading it and executing. Canada have got to remember how they've got to this place. They've played superbly so far.
Aidova looks down to Vichkova, who drives on Thorburn, throws it up, another two for Ava Vichkova.
Look out.
And the Czechs are on their way.
Look out. Here comes the Czech Republic with Vichkova on 5 points in a row.
Wow, over to Murphy. It's Catherine Plouffe. They'll go through their set. Plouffe drives, Plouffe goes up, meets Begrova. And Kim Bonner, the referee's in quick with that one. Begrova's foul.
And Plouffe did the right thing. You've got to remember that throughout this game, the Czech Republic have done a great job on the dribble. Really have beaten the Czech Republic off the dribble. Canada, every single time they've looked to be aggressive, good things have happened. Got to make the throws, though.
And Catherine Plouffe moves on to 8 points. It's the 11-point lead. The free throw will give a 9, one closer than the double figures. 2 other players in double figures, Fields and Gaucher. 12 for Gaucher, 10 for Fields. Leading scorers for Canada. Steiskal over here, 5. And she might get a lane to the hoop. Oh my word, it's a terrible foul from Michelle Plouffe. Why on earth you'd want to just flail your arms at it? If you're going to shoot the shot, let her shoot it.
And what Blazak's trying to do here is trying to buy a little bit of time for Heletova on the bench, because he knows she's going to have to go most of the fourth if he's got a chance to get back in this game. And while he's buying time, he's actually closed the margin, because Vichkova's got those looks, and now they're on the free throw line. Could end up 10 down. He was 19 down and looking on the way out. He's got a chance to be 10 down going into the fourth quarter.
And the Canadians have brought back Tamara Tatham to protect some fouls there. No, there's no foul trouble. It's just poor defense that sees Plouffe on the bench. And more pressure down the floor.
Blazak again trying to eke out as much as he can out of this period, where he's trying to protect and get some rest into Heletova and Vasala and Kuliachova.
Murphy, Thorburn. Tatham drives, and Ava Vichkova. And that isolation should be open every time down the floor. Right hand for Tatham. Baseline wide open drive.
Good decision, good decisive move, wasn't it? Got it, ripped it through and went.
Ava Vichkova, Mark.
Yeah, it's still not. They could do with another more aggressive player in the rotation of 5. Although Lizanne Murphy is he's going to be that glue player that holds things together. So she's not going to make mistakes at this point in the game.
Leads at 11, and the Czech Republic can now get to single digits. Bartanova sprints down the floor. A bit between the teeth right now, this young guard, number 9 for the Czech Republic. Vichkova steps in, goes the little teardrop. Ava Vichkova, I make that 7 in a hurry.
Well, if you've scouted this Czech Republic team, it's not as if Vichkova will be a surprise to everybody. Once she scores, it just keeps dropping.
There's something wrong with the clock. We've got a shot clock. It should be in operation. There's 20 seconds left. Not sure the shot clock should be on, actually.
And
I'm pretty sure, Mark, they scored under 24 seconds.
well, the other thing was, and I think the Amy, Amy Bonner sorted out, because she said, well, you know, when it went in, the clock stopped right. The clock stop obviously stopped. The game clock doesn't at this stage, so that's how it ran on, and it should have run on. And then the 24 shouldn't come on because it's under 24.
Yeah.
So I don't really know why there was any confusion. She was on it, but then again, she's normally on it. She's one of the premier officials here.
Canada will hold for the last shot. Well, hopefully, Langlois goes in and scores. It does leave the opportunity open for Czech Republic to reply. Bartonova looks ahead. Vititskova's the hot hand. Here she is with the ball. Drives, teardrop again, a foul from Tatham. It'll only be her second foul, but more importantly, it'll be 2 shots.
That's 2 really poor decisions on shots, isn't it? Yeah, the penetration where Plouffe picked up the foul, now Tatum picks up the foul. Just giving even more opportunity for Vititskova, who's just exploded. This will be 9 points in this quarter if she makes these 2.
That's 12 for the game. She's 1 short of Elitova's 13, and Kulichova's tied on 12 with her. Tournament average mark, look at that, she's underperforming, to say the least, at 7.3.
Well, I think it's a bit misleading in some ways, because in that Japan game, she just stood there and passed to Kulichova, because it was like, why would you do anything else?
Thorburn to finish the 3rd period. Well, 30 minutes are done and dusted. We get 120 points in total up there, 55-65. Canada's 10-point lead does not look as convincing as it may seem on paper. 10 minutes left in this game. One team goes home, and one team heads to Istanbul.
Well, that was a 23-21 quarter. The 2 teams that are renowned for being able to stop teams scoring, or at least make it hard for them. Here are the statistics. Canada at 60%. I'd almost, you'd almost say, don't shoot the 3 unless it's deep on the shot clock. You know, the Czech Republic getting back into healthy numbers at 50%. Both teams, well, in particular Canada, very good from the free throw line. The Czech Republic doing a reasonable job. Canada still owning the glass. That's largely carrying on from the first half, where they just dominated. But the Czech Republic getting there now. 11 assists for the Czech Republic. It's always a good sign. But Canada have been able to break the Czech Republic down on the dribble, so they don't have to make the assist. They get into the ring to score. It's pretty set up now for the Czech Republic to come back. They've got a chance. Only 10 down, 10 minutes to go, nothing. Especially with the scoring power of Vititskova and Elitova, and the fast world and the European experience of Lubor Blazek. They've got all the options to get back in this game. Canada have the game plan here. Canada have a way of actually just putting this game away if they stay positive. They cannot get too defensive of what they have. Don't protect what they've got for a while. Keep doing what you've been doing. Build a lead if you can. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll be no worse off than the 65-55.
Well, Canada will have the same problem they had last night, Mark, against France, finding the right 5 on the floor that's going to get the job done.
And I don't care which 5 it is. I think that the balance of having someone like Gaucher, someone like Shona Thorburn, 3 people who can be more expansive, that works for this in this set and this offense.
There's going to be a lot of pressure, these Canadian players.
That's a beautiful seal by Blagova.
Yeah, it is indeed. And you know what? You can see the next 10 minutes, that is what they're going to milk every time down the floor. Kulichova will come in soon.
No, Kulichova can go for about 7 or 8 minutes and go hard.
Ruth comes into the game. Ayin picks up a 4th foul, Mark.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Martinova. Going to go baseline, brings it back out. Langlois paying very close attention. Pegrova loses it. Oh,
good call though, because Pegrova had it and Plouffe just wanted a little bit too much. That's 2 really quick fouls for Canada, and that is the last thing they need to get into the penalty quickly. Again, then things start stacking up for the Czech Republic.
3rd foul for Catherine Plouffe.
The other thing, Mick, as Vititskova's going to float that one. Oh my word.
That is incredible play from Eva Vititskova. Single-handedly, she might just be dragging the Czech Republic into that quarterfinal.
When was the last time Canada was in a game of this importance and knew how to found a way to close it out?
Pegrova trips Shona Thorburn. And a mistake there by Pegrova. I think Thorburn was going nowhere, really, was she?
And she had no one moving to make the pass to either. The offense was a little bit static. Thorburn holding her wrist. So the thing is, they've got some experience on this team, Canada. As long as they don't start looking at the score, realizing the game, just play it. Don't be trying to look over your shoulder.
Langlois looking here. Gaucher, no room for the 3. Throws it down,
Pass.
Plouffe goes in and scores. That's a beautiful play from Catherine Plouffe. Held the
Great
nerve
pass.
well.
Great pass from Gaucher. Just laid it out in front of a tremendous execution.
We're back at 10 points again. Vitychkova with a hot hand. That's a forced shot. And probably not what the doctor ordered. That's very quick for the Czech Republic, too.
When Vitychkova's going, though, Mick, I don't know if there's such a thing as a forced shot. She'll take any shot she wants, and she'll make a really good percentage of them.
Plouffe here, keeping the ball alive. She picked it up now. Good defense there from Bagrova. Tatham.
Langlois need the ball. Oh, Tatham's gone hard.
Wide. Oh, she's blown the layup. Wide open. Too wide open, maybe. That's the order of the day. Oh, good defense here from Canada. All of a sudden, things have just changed, and the Canadians, with a few defensive stops, have got the bit between their teeth. Tatham, guarded by Styskalova. Styskalova doesn't really have the mobility at the moment either. Thorburn. Now Styskalova's guarding Thorburn. Oh, they're all over the place, Canada here. No idea what they want. Thorburn goes in, scores! Where did that come from? Shona Thorburn out of nowhere on the shot clock buzzer.
Wow. No need to say anything else, Mick, just wow. Shona Thorburn on the dribble. Goes through 3 Czech defenders.
Bartanova comes up with a J. Well, she can score, Elena Bartanova, but she's got to be very careful and fouled as well. Back to 10. The Czech Republic are just making this one of the fun games of the tournament. Gaucher goes back door. Styskalova keeps a close contact on that cut too. Tatham. Langlois goes in underneath. Langlois up. Oh, missed it. Bartanova scored a rebound.
Did everything, didn't she? Did everything. It was the hard bit.
Yeah,
created the space. Actually got the ability to put the ball over the top of Regova, and then just didn't. Key moments now, though, as Halatova comes back into the game. Major substitutions both ways. Thorburn, after that incredible shot, sits down. And Vesela's going to come back to the Czech Republic. Everyone's lining up. There's so much on the line.
Well, there's my problem, Mark. You've got Thorburn scores. Now, fair enough, she was the architect of the offense running short. Halatova slipped. She's okay, though. Bartanova looks like she's got the bit between the teeth as well. Vitychkova fires up another quick 3. That could be a foul against one of the Plouffe girls, Michelle.
And Mick, with 7:12 to go in the 4th. Canada will go into the penalty. That's their 4th team foul. Vitychkova's going to have a minute or so to just get her legs back. Kuliachova, I'm sure, will come back when Vitychkova comes back.
You know, it's Gaucher's foul. It was Michelle Plouffe that didn't box out the shot from Vitychkova. So there's another foul gone begging for Canada on fundamentals.
Just little things, always at this level, little things. And uncharted territory for a lot of these Canadian players. Chance to get into the quarterfinals of the World Championship. Oh, nice move by Halatova, didn't get seen.
Bartanova in the corner. That's a pick and roll from the tall Cooley. Bartanova unleashes a 3. Rebounded well, and that foul will go against Vesela, I think, for the Czech Republic. Not sure what she did, maybe a little nudge in the back.
Oh, referee's called a hold. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I can think of all things she could have done from where she was standing, but a hold is not one that I can think that she can physically do.
Mark, I don't think this is going to be a double-digit victory here. Canada lead by 10. I fancy the Czech Republic will work their way back into this game. Langlois. At what point does Naira Fields come in? Gaucher needs a bit of space. Gaucher, there is the space. There's the result. Why, oh why did Jana Vesela back off? You know she can shoot it. Put the pressure, make a dribble. Vesela backed off, and Gaucher made her pay for it. Styskalova opens up on this 3-point line, drives baseline. Styskalova goes up and scores. You named it, Mark. That was indeed a big time move. Lead is 11. Anything Canada do, the Czech Republic respond easily. With Catherine Plouffe. The sister curls back out to Gaucher. Styskalova won't give her that much space, that's for sure. Nurse penetrates, Nurse scores, and just went right through, and I mean right through Bartanova.
That's just poor by Bartanova, isn't it? She took some contact, then just stopped. You know, it's going to go through the whole 24 playing defense.
It's as if she melted away, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Elatova, Stajskalova can shoot it, brings the defense forward. Well, Stajskalova has not played many minutes, but she's coming good right now.
Well, again, though, great club program, and played some minutes in Eurobasket last year, so it's not a huge surprise for us that we're there.
Yugoslavia Praga, great pass, Plouffe layup, Pia Nurse scores, and then is the provider of the next offense up. And timeout for Libor Blazek. He takes his second with 5:24 left, a 13-point lead. Canada are smelling the victory. They're smelling that road to Istanbul.
Well, I mean, I tell you the most pleasing thing for me watching Canada at this moment, they're not trying to protect the lead. They're playing still. They've had moves to the hoop. They've run some good offense. When they didn't panic down the end, they still put it on the floor and attack this Czech team that's been unable to contain them the whole game. And still, in a championship decisive game, you know, like one of those one-off games, Canada have come out and shot 55%. You've got to take your hat off to them. Both teams looking after the ball. But this Canadian team has been the aggressor, the team that's made more moves to the hoop. I'd love to see Fields come back. And the game is there for Canada now. The game is there for Canada to control, but still be aggressive and get shots they want. Still plenty of time for Blazek, though. 13 minutes, 13 points in 5 minutes with Kuliachova underneath. Elatova, it won't be long before Vidichkova comes back. She's got to come back ASAP for me. And whatever they've got, Skitskalova, that's a bonus, but Vichkova's the experience. She's been there, she's done it, she's got a hot hand. Give her the ball.
Yeah, 15 points so far for Eva Vidichkova, the number 15 for the Czech Republic. 5:20 left in this game to decide who will play Australia in the quarterfinals. And we are warming up for a great finish here. Elatova, Bartonova, Kulichova with those pink sneakers, comes over on the pick and roll, another turnover. You know, Bartonova is a young, up-and-coming guard, but the pressure has definitely told on this young lady this tournament.
You can't go that height, can you? You've either got to go under or over the defense, and at that height, Kuliachova's just can't move quick enough to catch that ball. Put it up in the air and let it go get it.
Oh, you've got to put it in a place. Well, two things, isn't it, Mark? Either you catch it or you put it in a place where they can't not catch it. Nurse goes in and drives. Bartonova, I think, picks up a foul. The young guard is all Blazek's got. And she may well have to stay in the game. She got beaten off the dribble there by Nurse. 2 free throws to come. The lead is 13, looking at 15. Well, this is Nurse's best game by far. Started the game, didn't start in the second. As Coach Tomaitis kept her on the bench. She's had 4, 0, and 9 in her 3 performances, 9 against Mozambique.
Tomaitis has got that combination again in the game where you've got, you know, Fields, Nurse, Boucher can do things, you know, to create shots. So therefore, you can go with both Plouffe then. You've got guys who can make things happen.
Stajskalova drops with 8 for Stajskalova. As she is enjoying extended time at the end of this game. Blazek's left his confidence in her, and she's come up good. 3-2 zone here for the Czech Republic. It's a tough, quick shot from Gaucher, not what the doctor ordered. Lead is 13, but I guess she said, I'm going to try one. It drops on the hero. Kulichova low, great play from Nurse. Somebody's fouled over there.
Why doesn't Nurse come and stand? So we keep saying Kulichova struggles when she has limited space. But the good thing is she didn't get the 2. She's got to earn it from the line. And as we've said, she's under 60% across her career from the free throw line. So maybe not the worst option in the world at all.
Well, Gaucher sits down, having taken that hasty 3, paid the price for the rash decision. Kulichova misses, as you said, Mark. The foul was against Catherine Plouffe, so Nurse did her job by coming over in the double team in the baseline. Plouffe didn't hold the discipline. Kulichova's second one misses, and what a great foul that was. Catherine Plouffe breaks through the double team, and the Canadians now can take their time. Now they should be running through the numbers. Princeton offense at work, perhaps against the zone as well, maybe. Nurse fires off a quick 3. That one's gone skyward as well. Plouffe the rebound, shot clock's running down. What a pass. Oh my word, the 2 twins have gone to work on that one. And a big smile on their face too.
You know, where twins always know what's happening to each other and where they are. Well, you saw it there. It was a no-look, anything pass.
Martinova to Kulichova. Vitichkova, quick catch and release. She's fouled on the three-point line. The inexperience of Kia Nurse has just come home to roost. And she's fouled the veteran in the Czech Republic. I'm glad the Plouffe girls, Mark, have got their names in the back of their shirt and a number on the front of their shirt, because maybe you wouldn't tell them apart, would you? Catherine sits down.
That's a good move here by Coach Samanis to get AM back in the game. You know, she's on 4, but they just need that little bit of balance, especially since Lizanne Murphy's been on the floor. That balance of the lineup for me just makes or breaks this Canadian offense, and I can't believe it. Vitichkova misses a free throw.
She has indeed. You know, 3 of 4 last night. She's about, I think she's only missed 1 today. 2 of 3 on that trip there.
It's one of those very few professional basketball players that's way up into the 80s across her career from the line.
The lead is 13. It's within the realms. The Czech Republic can inch their way back into this, but we are approaching decision time as far as this game is concerned. Nurse probably won't want to take the 3. Naira Fields will. Naira Fields steps in. She loves that shot, and the Canadians will get it back. And if they're disciplined, they'll take another 20 ticks off this clock. Dixon ball movement. Aim triple teamed in there, and a foul. That'll give them another opportunity. The clock will reset to 24. The foul is against 5 Styskalova. Her first foul. She has 8 points in the game. The numbers up there are quite big for both teams. 147 points. Naira Fields won't need to shoot it early. Fields in, Fields goes up, another foul against Styskalova. This will time be 2 shots. Well, the Canadians, you know, Mark, they've got young guards, Fields, Nurse. Fields in university, Nurse just entering university, but look at this, they're showing great poise at the end of this game.
Another thing I like about Fields, Mick, is that when she does go into that area, she doesn't come up with like a poor shot. You know, she doesn't come up with a, oh, I've got to get the shot away. She's going to make her move. She'll draw contact if she needs to. And I think you made the point earlier in commentary. Her minutes have grown as this tournament's grown, and it's obvious to me that this Canadian team really benefits from having that little bit of extra punch individually to go with a great team system they operate.
Naira Fields now 12 points for the game, 1 short of Catherine Plouffe's 13 game high. Styskalova will take a shot here, lefty, and just doesn't get the drop. There's red shirts all over it. Kulichova. This game could be looking as though Canada will be heading for the quarterfinals. And the Canadian national program is just getting stronger by the year. This will be a memorable victory for them, there's no doubt about it. Murphy penetrates baseline in the corner. Fields, can she kill it here? She does! Naira Fields, leading scorer for Canada. It is now a 17-point lead once again, Mark. This is a team that's getting better and better by the minute.
Well, again, got to keep saying it. Lizanne Murphy makes great decisions whenever she's on the floor. Penetration to the baseline, drew the defense, but found the player that really has a hot hand, really has the desire to shoot it in Naira Fields. This Canadian team, by hook or by crook, has found a balance to its floor. It doesn't matter who's out there, but they've found a balance that suits the system. And if they can just hang on to that, hey, you know, Australia, who cares who they're playing? If they've got this, if they're going to knock down those sorts of shots, they're going to get this sort of percentage away. They've got enough size to look after things on the glass. This could be an interesting moment for Canada as they could roll even deeper into this World Championships here in Turkey.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Another final throws to the dice for Libor Blazek. Gone through his 3rd timeout. Canada, in contrast, only had 1 this second half. That coaching crew can take much credit for this victory, if it is indeed a victory. 17 up with 2.5 to play. It's going to be tough to contrive a loss out of this one. Elitova over the pick and roll. Styskalova, I think she traveled first, Mark. She's fallen over. Lizanne Murphy gets the foul.
And to be fair, then we've got to make the point as well on this one, Mick, that even though they got into the penalty with over 7 minutes to go, they have really been disciplined. And that's one of the few occasions where it's been a non-shooting foul anyway that has resulted in the 2 free throws. That's really good discipline by a team in a 4th quarter when they pick up that many fouls early.
Styskalova will get double figures off this. He has not played major minutes this whole tournament. In the game that mattered, Libor Blazek had to turn to her.
Gaucher comes back for Murphy. And the only difference with Gaucher from Murphy, Gaucher's got that really, can have that really consistent perimeter threat. It normally makes good, solid decisions herself, and the balance of the lineup is very good again.
They'll have to get it over pretty quickly. Well, Fields will get it over anytime pretty quickly. Nurse, they will take their time. Fields will not want to shoot it early. Bartanova bothers, that's backcourt. It is indeed. Bartanova did not touch it.
But even in the backcourt, they still took 17 seconds, 17 ticks off the clock. Just a mishandle.
Lizanne Murphy can sit and watch. Gaucher and Sedlikova, the Czech bench. Down low to Kulichova. Will he go and double? Surely somebody. No. Bartanova left with three. She's a good shooter. Short. Follows a rebound, fouls. And Fields will take the walk down the other end and shoot two. Naira Fields, we presume, will go back to UCLA for 2 more years in the Oak Hill Academy. And also Loyola High School in Quebec City. There'll be plenty of people in Canada will be bigging up this young lady tonight. 14 points, one ahead of Catherine Plouffe's 13. And what a player. I thought, you know, we said yesterday she was getting better. She looked good. She's quick. She's athletic. Does she have that true PG mind? I don't know, but she's definitely got that off-guard mind. This is the second free throw, and it will come back to Eletova. The lead is 16.
Right, so I think you're right, Nick. She definitely has that sort of combo guard feel. You know, can handle it when needed to, but it's an ideal foil for your point guard.
We talked about the young guards, Mark, after the first night against Turkey, second night against Turkey. Were they able to cope? Styskalova misses, comes in. Gaucher, and the foul, the fourth foul against Kulichova, I presume. Is indeed. I think the towel may well have been thrown in by the Czech Republic team. The look of disconsolate looks around. There's heads and shoulders buried there. Sedlikova, there's no talking out there from the Czech team. No communication at all. This could be a merry march the next 103 seconds. Gaucher makes it a 17-point game.
And Gaucher herself make already 16 points. There's 4 players in double figures, and Thorburn has 9 on top of that. There's contributions across this roster. 10 players have played, 10 players have made a massive contribution.
18 the lead. You wouldn't have seen this one coming, that's for sure. Vititskova throws up a little flick shot, missed, battled out of it by Nurse, and Fields will take a time. She'll find a partner in crime. Kia Nurse over on this near side. These two youngsters. Gaucher, Plouffe, finish it off. Catherine Plouffe, 20 the lead now. And this is good night for the Czech Republic. Eletova fires up a 3, misses. And Fields will pass it over to Nurse. The quick crew on the floor for Canada. And they are looking as if a team that can go a little further, maybe. Maybe that game against Australia may not be their last game. Fields, Gaucher backdoor, just going through it all around. Nurse to Jay, Nurse, the 22-point lead. Wow. Blazek can only look on. It's been an education this fourth period. And this Czech team have run out of ideas.
Ideas, steam, bodies.
Styskalova goes in and scores. 12 for Styskalova. Timeout for Canada. I'm not sure why they're calling timeout.
Not sure at all, Nick.
This would be one of those timeouts. If you're in a club game back home, down the other end, you get upset with
we would not be happy. This is, I mean, and you can come up with our end of game situation. But this, you know, they're halfway through a tournament. It's not like a it's not like a prep game. Not like early in the tournament. You want to, you know. you can't take timeouts anymore just to make substitutions. So you know, but then again, as soon as the clock stops, you can make a substitution. So you don't need to do it at this stage of the game. 91-71. Not sure why we're in a timeout, but let's not really forget why we're at 91-71. We're 91-71 because Canada have just put a great performance on the floor.
And there you go, Mark. Blazek hasn't even got into the timeout. He's not even moved. He must. That's not a. I mean, you know, it's a big girls' game, you'd say. It's a pro game. You get on with it. You deal with it.
Yeah. Nick, this Czech Republic's a classy program.
Yeah.
It's a classy program. It's a world silver medalist, and Blazek is a classy coach. I don't think he'd have called the same timeout. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm not really sure about it.
Let's take the gloss off this victory.
No, absolutely not.
They will move this ball around. Their offense just ticks quite normally, quite efficiently. Nurse goes backdoor. Plouffe to finish this one off. He doesn't want the three now. Out of respect here. Myra Fields will take it instead. Short. No, I'm not sure they'll shoot this ball, Mark. 13 seconds.
We're walking it off here, I think, mate.
A quarter-final place awaits Canada. In respect, the Czech Republic will hold. They'll toss it to the referee. We will shake hands here. We will hug. The Canadians come on the floor. It is a jubilant Canadian team. Blazek and Samadi shake hands, as does the coaching staff. It is tears. Oh my word, the Czech team, they came with much promise. They will exit on this game. This team, the runners-up from 4 years ago, will exit the tournament before the quarter-final stage. I'm not sure what stage you call it, the last 12, I guess.
Elimination round.
Elimination round. 91-71, 162 points on the board. What an entertaining game it was. What a Canadian performance. That was probably their best performance of the year. As Michaela Stajskalova cannot hold back the emotion. In tears, the Czech Republic team will turn to their fans and salute them. Mark, you can pour over the stats.
Mick, it's not just their best performance in this year, it's their best performance in a lot of years. 63% from the field, you know, against a good team with good size, good athleticism, really well coached. Absolute domination on the glass, 41-23. Shared the ball pretty well, although their decision to attack it on the dribble was the most fundamentally important decision there was in the game. Both teams took care of the ball. Just take a moment, though, to just acknowledge some of those players on that Czech Republic team. You know, World Championship silver medal, Jana Vasela and Vichkova, Kulichova, Brugova. You know, they've all been around for a long, long time and have taken Czech Republic almost to the absolute, pinnacle of the world game. They're a classy program, and you know that the Czech Republic runs programs. They'll be back. They'll be part of the world stage for a long time. But it's Canada's time now, and they go on to face Australia. And playing like that, you know, they're going to give anyone a game. So that'll be a one to savor, one for you to look forward to. And it's been a privilege to watch the Czech Republic over the last 4 years, and since their silver medal. But now it's a privilege to watch Canada just develop in front of our eyes. But that was a tremendous performance from the Canadians. They go on to the quarterfinals.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed that one. That was thoroughly entertaining. It wasn't expected. Czech Republic were clean favourites. We've got another one coming up too for you in about 45 minutes time. France versus Brazil. We'll leave you with some highlights and what was a thoroughly polished performance from Canada. 91-71, overcoming the Czech Republic. See you then.
Score 3 quarters. 55, 65.